I love me a good, spicy, crispy chicken tender. One thing that I love about chicken tenders is when you bite into it and the breading holds, right? So there's a couple tricks that you need to know in order to make that work, okay? First thing I want to do is make my chile de arbol sauce fresh out of it. One of the easiest hot sauces I make. And then we are going to dredge the chicken in a little bit of flour, hot sauce, flour, fry it, boom. So first up, grab chicken. Before we do make the sauce, I want to get the chicken. First thing I want to take note of is working with chicken tenders that are close to room temperature. Find that they hold on to the breading really, really well. I'm only going to do 4 chicken tenders right now. I'm going to do a couple other ones for the kids, since I don't like spicy. Sprinkle them with a little bit of salt. Let them come up to room temperature. Basically, the time that we're going to make the sauce, the chicken tenders will be ready to bread, fry, and all the stuff. So, only thing that I did to these peppers is cut the stem end off and then rolled most of the seeds out of them. I find that the seeds in these specifically, if you keep too many of the seeds, then the sauce has a little bit bitter taste to it. So do your best to get most of the seeds out. You don't have to be super precise with it, but just get most of them out. I have some cumin seeds that we're also going to toast in here. Probably about a teaspoon's worth of cumin seeds. We're toasting this because we're going to extracting all the flavor out of the peppers and then the cumin, yeah? They have oils in them, and toasting the peppers, toasting the cumin with the oils is going to extract flavor, really. That's it. Keep an eye on it. It's going to take a couple minutes to kind of toast up. So set these to the side, let them do their thing. Just keep an eye on it. For now, 1 onion, 5 cloves garlic. Just be careful when you're doing this. You want to make sure that your blade is pointed down towards the cutting board. You don't want to be filleting your hand. Periodically, you just want to toss it. It's gonna let you know. It's gonna let you know when it's ready. I'm just gonna go for a medium-ish dice on the onion. As soon as you start smelling toasty, you can see a little bit of color off of them. Good to go. They smell nice, man. They smell like toasty, smell earthy, smell a little bit of the grassy tones to them. These are my favorite peppers to work with, like dried. We don't need to be adding any oil to the pan or anything like that. We're just gonna drop the ingredients in and then let them simmer with a little bit of water, vinegar. Simple. You can have this thing banged out in about 35, 40 minutes, something like that. Easy. Easy sauce. That's how I like it. Okay, those peppers are smelling really freaking good right now. Okay, let's move our operation back over here. Right, onions in, garlic in. 1 1/4 cup vinegar, white distilled, 2 cups of water. We might need a little bit more water when we're blending the sauce to adjust consistency, so keep that in mind. And then we're gonna add zest and the juice of these limes a little bit later on, and then the brown sugar, probably after we blend the sauce. So crank the heat up to high, bring this liquid up to a boil, reduce the heat, simmer it, cap it, let those ingredients simmer for about 15-20 minutes until they're nice and soft. Then we're gonna blend it. Add some brown sugar to the blended sauce, add some zest of these 2 limes and the juice of the 2 limes, and you're golden. We got a sauce. Boom. While that's doing its thing, get a little bit of oil on heat. We want to fry these about 350 degrees. I have some oil that I used previously. One thing I do want to take note of when you're doing this, open the kitchen window, turn on a hood vent, because it's going to release a lot of airborne capsaicin and it's going to be irritating, especially those that are sensitive to capsaicin, right? Like my kids. So this oil has a little bit of a orange tint to it because I've fried with it once. You could definitely use oil more than just once. Just using canola oil because it's a high temp and it's cheap. Heat that up to 350 degrees and then we're jamming. Okay, kill the heat. Everything's nice and soft. You just want to make sure that everything is squishy when you squeeze it with a pair of tongs. Whoa, that's super good. Blender, what do you have? You have a NutriBullet, Vitamix, blender like this. Kind of just whatever you have to work with will be fine. More than likely, we're not going to need all this liquid. Start with less, get a thick sauce, and adjust consistency from there. I usually start with like the ingredients. Obviously you're gonna be right here. And then I'll fill up the blender with liquid about a little less than halfway and then go from there. Let's Sick. Looks like a good consistency to me. My preference is to have a very smooth sauce. Mesh strainer over a bowl. Use a small ladle to lightly force the sauce through the mesh. That's a beautiful smell, beautiful color. That's it, man. Good shit. A little bit of sauce for dredging the chicken, probably like half a cup. Just let that sauce cool off a little bit. So I got 1 cup of flour right here, and then I have a tablespoon of seasoned salt. Flour, sauce, flour, fry. Try to keep one hand dry, one hand wet. And then just lightly press it in once you get into the flour. You really want that flour to stick on there. Fry station, let's go. Roll it around in the flour, make sure there's no raw chicken spots on it. You want to have it fully coated with that flour, right? So the trick is not to overcrowd the pot, right, with your chicken. You want that breading to stick to the chicken and not get soggy. So I'm gonna go 2 pieces at a time. The oil went from 375 to about 350, so that's good. You don't want it to go any less than 350. So the trick with frying the chicken with this hot sauce, like if you use too thick of a piece of the chicken, the sauce is gonna burn before the chicken gets fully cooked. You wanna have chicken tenders, or if you're using a breast, then cut the breast just thin enough that the chicken cooks really quick. Damn, dude, that was like spot on where I want that. That is perf. Hell yeah. That only took like a couple minutes too. So that's perfect right there. That was so good. It smells good. Feels nice and crispy. Man. Ooh-wee. Smelling the truth, Mel. You know what? I just had an idea. Put together a little Sammy for this. Flatbread. Got some chives, got a lime. Hang on. All right, in a bowl, go in with some softened cream cheese, like 4 ounces, a little bit of lime juice, fresh chives, pinch of salt, pepper, little spread. Flat bread, lay it on that spread. Flatbread, spicy crispy chicken tender sandwich. Not bad at all for coming up with this on a whim, man. Flatbread, cream cheese, we got chives, lime juice, and spicy chicken tender. That's spicy goodness, baby.